Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in to us today. This is our first time on Spiritual Psychics.
Yes.
I am Kristi Peterson.
And I'm Angie Montgomery.
We are located in the state of Nebraska in the United States. So if you picture a map of the United States and throw a dart right in the middle, that's where we're at.
Right in the heartland,
Yes.
Right in the center of the United States where people are warm here, loving, and we just are so happy that Richard invited us to come on live today. Thank you so much for joining us.
And it looks like we've got Millie here, so we'd like to give a little shout out to her.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for being our first person.
Yeah.
That at least what we're seeing right now.
Yes. And one of the things we wanted to do to start with is just a little bit of an introduction on each of us, because we are new to the channel. So we thought we would just give a little bit of that, and then we're going to get into some messages for those of you who have joined us today. So Kristi, do you want to start with just a little bit of a bio, a little background? Hi everyone, thanks for joining us.
Yeah. Hi Terry. Thank you. Like I said, my name is Kristi Peterson. I'm a psychic medium in the state of Nebraska in the United States. And I'm also a Reiki master. So I do one-on-one sessions, Zoom sessions, and I'm also an author and a public speaker. So I'm going to take a second and do a little self-promotion. Yeah. So my latest book that I published is called Between Earth and Heaven, A Beginner's Guide to Living a Spiritual Life. And what it is, so many people are having paranormal experiences right now, and they don't know what it means. Am I going crazy? What's going on? And so that's what this book is kind of bite-sized pieces of what it's like to have some of these paranormal experiences, and to just say, no, you're not crazy at all. And then real quick, like my second book is Between, We Are Not Alone, My Extraterrestrial Contact. I've had extraterrestrial contact since the age of 5. So again, that's another thing that a lot of people are starting to experience. They don't have anybody to talk to, any place to go. And I am that person to talk about any experiences that you just can't explain or don't understand.
She is that person. She is so amazing at helping people understand these spiritual experiences, things that maybe people are afraid to talk about or a little bit leery of letting another person know they've experienced. If you are someone who has had these experiences, this is your
Hi, Christine.
Yeah, hi, everyone. Yeah.
All right, Angie, talk about a little bit about you.
Yeah, thanks for joining us. I'll give a little bit of my bio. So I'm also very similar to Kristi. I'm a psychic medium. I also am a Reiki master. I do a lot of healing work. My goal is really to help people connect into their loved ones, angels, spirit guides, to let people know that we are surrounded by love when we're here on earth, and the connection to heaven is all around us. So I love doing one-on-one sessions. I also do Skype, FaceTime, whatever it needs to be. I work with people all over the country, and so it's been really amazing to connect to people no matter distance. That there's no separation when we're talking to spirit with that. Like Kristi, I also am an author. My book is called Faith Walk, so a little plug on that. I wrote this really about my spiritual journey and the loss that I had in my life with my dad passing when I was young, and connecting to him on the other side, and the love that connected us, and giving my life over to God and opening up to my spiritual gifts. So Faith Walk, One Woman's Journey to Finding Herself, and you can find that on Amazon. I believe you can find yours there too.
Mine are all on Amazon, Barnes and Noble, on our website. So let's continue with this self-promotion.
Yeah.
How do they get in touch with you?
So my website is angiemontgomery.com, and you can email me through my website if you would like to schedule a session with me. I also have a Facebook page. My Facebook page is Angie Montgomery. That's my business page. You can also message me on Facebook as well. And how about you, lady?
I am KristiPeterson.com for my website, and I think if you can see the picture of Angie and me, we are called Leather and Lace when we work together, but our names when we work separately. So I'm KristiPeterson.com, and then on Facebook and on YouTube, I'm Kristi Peterson Psychic Medium. So hopefully you can see the correct spelling for my name, because there are many, many different ways to spell that.
And we're not going to lie, we like likes. So if you want to like our pages, feel free on Facebook. We also do go live once a month on our shared Leather and Lace Psychic Mediums Facebook page too.
Which one of us is leather and which one of us is lace?
I always joke that I'm leather, but I would be lying. I'm lace. This is leather.
She's much nicer than I am.
I don't know if it's that or just, kind of soft and yeah. What I love about Kristi, she says it like it is, which we need to hear that.
It's
especially
true.
to get us going in life.
I will say hello to Julian.
Yeah, hello.
So thank you so much.
Yeah, hello, Julian. Hi, Sue. We want to say hello to everybody. Thank you for joining us. This is a new audience for us, which we are so excited that we were invited by Richard and the Spiritual Psychics TV here to introduce us to more people. Yeah. So hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us.
And we'd love to answer any questions that you have. Just put it in the comment section. And we would love to answer your questions about spirituality. And then we will be tuning into some deceased loved ones. Here in a minute. I think we want a few more people to join us. But yeah, Angie and I have been it's a different time zone, obviously, in the United States. So we had lunch together before we joined you, and spirits were already coming at us. So we got a lot of people that want to come through today.
And a little bit about our background, why we joined together is we've both done our own work separately. And one day I just got the nudge that I was supposed to ask Kristi if she wanted to do some work with me. And that's why I've been about 5 years ago, 4 or 5 years, somewhere around there.
At least, yeah.
And so we really love to help people. Our journeys have been a lot of self-reflection, spiritual journey of our own to get us where we are, a lot of healing on our own journey. We both have experienced our own losses along our path. And I think for both of us, we have these gifts that we want to share, of being able to connect to the other side. For me, it feels like a duty, like a calling, right? A purpose. And so we really love helping to connect people to their loved ones or just their higher selves, their spirit guides, just that guidance system that I think both of us live by, our intuition, our gut instincts, that there's more to life than meets the eye. I think that for me is the big thing, is that this is all kind of an illusion, I think, this earthly world. And there's so many beautiful things beyond just this human experience. And we really are souls that come here to grow and evolve and learn when we reincarnate. And I feel like heaven is our home and we go back there. But this is our playing ground. This is our life lessons. This is our soul's growth here on earth. We come in contact with obstacles, and we love helping people overcome their challenges.
My mission on this planet is to help people stand in their own power, because we have been taught and programmed to really look outside of ourselves for answers. And the subtext of everything I do is courage. And that is the courage to be yourself. And what is that? Who am I? What do I really want out of life? And that's how the first steps into standing into your own power. Because this crazy world that we live in right now, I always make a joke, and it's like, well, I bought a ticket to this show. Now I got to stay for the duration. Because it's just, kind of a level of madness right now. Hi, Sarah. Thank you. Hi, Helen. Oh, good evening. First time watching you. Thank you so much for watching us for the first time. We're little spiritual psychic virgins today.
We are. This is new for us.
So if you do have questions, if there are obstacles that you're facing right now and you just say, I'm a little stuck, I'm a little frustrated, because a lot of people, it's like, I'm here at point A, I want to get to point A, I know there's something better, I just don't know how to do that. Just ask us and we will kind of guide you through that. So we got, Kate. Hi, ladies. I've always seen spirits as a child, but you got very scared. Sense a lot all my life, but didn't know how to use my gift. Kate, that is such a wonderful question, because what I find when I work one-on-one with people, they'll say, well, I see things, I feel things, but I can't control it. I just sit there and I wait for them to contact me, or I don't feel good about this. You always have control, and this is part of stepping into your own power, that if you don't feel right about something, you can just say, yeah, no. You need to leave now. I only want spirits around me that are here for my healing and highest good. That's it. And there's these things such as universal law. They have to listen to you. And so the other thing is, you don't know how to use your gift. First of all, you can tell some of them to go away if you don't want them around. Otherwise, don't just be in receptive mode. Contact them. You think about any conversation you have with another human being, it's give and take, always. And that's the same thing with the spirit world. You can say, who's trying to contact me? What do you want? Is there something I can help you with? And if you're trying to read for someone else, what does this person need to know today for their healing and highest good? And that's the big thing. And kind of my mantra, the biggest lesson I learned when I first went public as a psychic medium is that spirit never lets you down, ever. And it's like, you got to get out of the way, let spirit come through and give you these beautiful, beautiful messages from the other side. But it's always give and take, and you always have control. If you don't want anything, tell them to step away.
And I think, unfortunately, the other thing is we're not taught how to use our spiritual gifts. Spirit is who we are. Spirit is, this is just a shell, right? This human body is just an experience. It's a shell. Our spirit and our soul lives on forever. And I feel like when we need to start teaching children how to connect into our spirituality and who we really are, because what happens for a lot of people is they get scared, like you said, they kind of shove it away, they turn it off, and they don't know how to access it. They don't know that it's okay. We're not taught that this is just part of who we are. Everybody has abilities, everyone has gifts. And kind of to go to what Kristi was talking about, one of the things I learned early on, even as a younger girl, is that I get to choose what I interact with. And so for me, I'm all about love and light, and I'm all about God, and I'm all about, connecting into the higher realms and to give messages for healing and hope. So that's the other thing is, like you said, I almost feel like I always joke, it's like a frequency that we can tune into, and it's kind of a radio dial. And where are you tuning into? What is it that your focus is? If the focus is on fear, probably fear is going to come to you, right? Law of attraction. If it's focusing on the positive and connecting into the highest realms and your higher self and the benevolent beings that want to assist us and are good for us. But I think it's normal that people are afraid. I see that a lot. And then that's part of what we do is work with people and say, wow, you can embrace this gift. You can embrace the abilities that you have, and you can use them however you want.
Well, and I understand when you say you saw spirits as a child.
Yeah.
I did too. I had precognitive messages, spirits as a child. And when what I call unedited things would come out of my mouth, people would roll their eyeballs. They would physically step back from me or make fun of me. And I learned how to shut down really quickly. And it took many, many years for me to have the courage to say, this is a gift that I want to use to help other people. So I understand that when you get judgment as a child, that sticks with you for a very long time. And you have to come to the point of courage that the messages that you've got to give to other people, or the messages you need to receive for yourself, is more important than your fear.
I love that. That is it, sister. That is it. She's onto something with that. I think we both really teach and practice ourselves living an authentic life. And when you think about living an authentic life, you were given this one precious life so that you can experience it how you want. And it's so important to show up and be brave and be who you are. And we live in a society where there's so much judgment and there's fear of being who you really are. And I sort of am more interested in all the other things, right? Like I've kind of come to this place in my life where I'm here living my journey for me. And it feels so good at the end of the day to say, wow, we show up and we are who we are every day. And I want everybody to feel that way, because I always tell people it's kind of like what you give your attention to. So I'm also a life coach. And one of the things I learned with my life coaching is whatever we give our attention to grows. And so do I want to give my attention to the negative things in life, or do I want to give my attention to the positive things? And I'm way more interested in like honing my gifts and seeing what else is out there in the universe and learning more and being more and becoming more and helping people than being caught up in worrying about what people think. That's just not interesting. I keep it very simple for myself. What other people's opinions are, that's for them. That I don't try to get caught up in that. So being authentic, I think that's something we both teach and we both write about in our books, is that authentic path. And I think if we had not taken ours, we definitely wouldn't be sitting here with Richard and everybody trying to help everybody else with coming into their own as well. And some people's things is spirituality, some people's thing is something else. Everybody's good at something different, right?
We all have talents.
Yeah, and our gift just happens to be talking to spirit, where some might be writing or sports or art or whatever it is.
I always make a joke that people say, oh, you've got such a gift. And I say, well, thank you, I do. But so does my bookkeeper, because she can do an Excel spreadsheet that I can't do. So we need to be proud of our talents and our gifts. But you just said something really interesting as well, and that is being our authentic selves. And the way that we are programmed from the time we're born is we create our own personalities based on what we think others' expectations expectations are of us. And it's time to undo that programming. So people say, I'm ready to live authentically, but I don't know what that is. I don't know who I am. And so in my book, I walk people through steps, and it's like basically you ask yourself 3 questions. The first one is, who am I? And then you list 25 adjectives that describe you. And I am curious, I am happy, I am funny, I'm all these. And you, because at the end of listing 25 things, you're going to look at it and go, who wouldn't love this person? This is the truth, because it's coming from me. It's not coming from anybody else who has an agenda. And the second question you ask yourself is, what do I want? Because I'm telling you, we all want exactly the same thing. We want peace. We want balance. We want freedom. We want happiness. We want love. That's what we all want. But then what does that look like and feel like to you? That's the third question. What does that look like and feel like to me? Because it's very different. This is, sorry, I'm kind of going on and on. I was working with a client in Colorado, and my word many years ago happened to be the word peace. I wanted peace in my head no matter what was going on out here. So I defined it. What does that look like and feel like to me? And so I was discussing this with a client. I said, what is your word? And she goes, peace. And she didn't know at that time that that was my word. And I said, well, what does peace look like to you? And she goes, my 5 dogs laying all over me. And I said, that sounds like hell. I love dogs. I don't want 5 of them laying on me. Sorry.
Not your thing.
Whatever word you have and however you define it is uniquely you. Those are the first 3 steps into discovering who you are and what you want and what does that look like and what does that feel like.
And that's empowerment. That's the empowering part of being able to have a choice, right? And then recognizing somewhere in your spiritual journey, wow, I'm a co-creator, and that which I bring to me, I'm the like common denominator of everything in my life. And so if you're feeling stuck, I always tell people that's probably feeling disempowered. And I think one of the things that I love to do, I know Kristi does too, empowerment coaches, helping people see that they can live the true life of their dreams. I'm feeling like spirit wants to come through. What are you feeling, lady?
Yeah, and it looks like we've got several questions in queue. I haven't been seeing them up. So Richard, if you could. Oh, I thought we did finish. Oh, thank you, Kate.
We're learning.
Muchas gracias. Okay, Tim, you speak of reincarnation, but surely not everybody who passes to chooses to reincarnate. For example, our guides inspire us was in guardian angels. I'm not quite sure I understand. Oh yeah, that's true. Wonderful. Hi,
Awesome.
Tim.
Hi,
Thank you so
Tim.
much for being here.
Yeah, thank you.
I would agree, and with not everybody wants to, and frankly, I'm one of them, and would love this one to be my last life. But the reason we do reincarnate is because our souls want to evolve, and that is to reach enlightenment, where everything you think, say, and do comes from love. And I know I still have a long way to go on that. So chances are I probably will reincarnate, but I do think it's always a soul's choice. Absolutely.
The way I interpret that, even from the readings that I do and past life readings that I've done, I feel like every soul has its own journey. And so that's what I find so fascinating, is that we all have our own soul essence, our own soul song, our own soul path, what we love, what we want to achieve, what we want to accomplish. And so I believe that that is a decision that we make. I don't feel like it's something that's forced or handed upon us. I think that that's a decision. Do we come back down once we've transitioned? I've kind of done life between life sessions with people too, and kind of what I see that they experience on the other side. And I think that's really a personal choice. And so I feel like spirituality, there's so much that you can't fit it in a box. And I think reincarnation for me has been one of those things, because I've seen all over the board people reincarnating and people staying for a period of time and then coming back down whenever they're ready again. Some people I've found, I feel like that's more like spirit guides to me. They're so ascended. I feel that they've lived so many incarnations and probably on many different planes as well, and planets and all of that, right? That they may choose to stay and kind of help those of us that are here. So absolutely, I think it's fascinating, the possibilities.
Well, it's true. And reincarnation doesn't have to be just in human form on planet Earth. Our souls have many, many different experiences on a galactic scale. Mm-hmm. And that can be by being beings of light, by being on other life forms on other planets. There's a lot to it. But yes, it definitely is an agreement that you make with your angels, with your guides, with even your deceased loved ones, your soul family.
It's in opinion with God. It's like a decision point. And I feel like sometimes I've even seen that there's souls that are really elevated that have chosen to come back down to earth to help us with this ascension that we're in, and be those light workers and be the way makers for people to be able to elevate and ascend. So I think there's so many reasons that people choose to come back down.
I hope that answers your question, Tim. So thank you.
Thank you, Tim. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us. If you're just tuning in, I'm Angie, and this is Kristi.
Yes. We've got David. Hi from, yay, thank you. It's your first time watching. Yes. And, oh, you're from the UK, but I see you, Ukrainian flag, so woo, good. Yay. Good for you. Oh, we got Hannah.
I love all your hearts. It reminds me of the chakras.
I was just going to say that. You've got the chakra colors
blue,
in there.
Orange, green. Hi, Hannah.
Yay. And so let's talk about chakras for a minute while we wait for the next question to come up. For people that might not... Oh, what did you say?
Oh, I'm not sure.
Okay. Oh, hi, Jeannie. Hello.
From Maryland.
How do you...
learn to go to your past
Diane,
traumas.
Oh, gosh.
So, do you want to say anything about chakras, or are we going to go on to Diane's
Let's
question?
go on to Diane's question. So how do you learn to let go of your past traumas? That, again, is a great question.
Isn't that the work of a lifetime?
I would say, life beats the dickens out of all of us. Nobody gets through life unscathed. Mm-hmm. The trick is the resiliency in between some of those traumas. And do I deserve to be joyful? Do I deserve to be happy? Yes, you do. And to me, one of the best ways to let go of past traumas is to acknowledge it. But also, I think that there is a gift in everything. And people will say, no, absolutely not. Not in this. This was horrific. Mm-hmm. Well, the trauma or the gift in that might be, I know I will never do that to another human being. I learned a lesson from that of more compassion, more empathy. And so what did you learn from that? How can you pass that on to someone else so someone else can maybe heal in a little bit better way and understand have a better understanding of their own trauma? Yeah. To me, that's the best way to let it go is what's the gift in that? What am I supposed to learn from this? Mm-hmm. And the resiliency in between, that you do deserve to be happy. You deserve to be joyful.
Mm-hmm. Diane, I could talk about that probably for like an hour straight, just traumas, because we help people heal a lot of past wounds, even past life wounds. I mean, we work with some really difficult things. And when you talk about healing work, you just name it, and we have worked with it in our business. But it comes down to me to like this kind of like simple truth. It's like a choice. It's a choice, I think, sometimes ongoing, daily, by the minute, sometimes by the hour for people to say, I'm choosing something different. I've been there. It's almost like a retraining of your brain. I think there's so many ways to let go of trauma. I mean, we both have done a lot of our own self-healing work, whether that be through energy healing, through talking to a therapist. I've done that throughout my life, whether it be going and getting sitting with a friend and just allowing myself to say, okay, I'm just going to live in this moment and I'm going to listen to what this person has to tell me. I think the biggest thing is like it kind of becomes a choice of, I'm not going to let those moments in my life define me. Yeah. And it's not easy. That's the thing. That's why I joke that that's pretty much the work of our lives, right? Yeah. Is to let go of those things. But I think we tend to focus on those wounded points a lot. And I think that when you're in it, it's hard to see past it. Mm-hmm. I think with time, I think with intention, I think with surrounding yourself by good people, I think by doing self-care things that are healthy for you. For me, nature, sitting and just looking at water, going on a walk, making sure my mental health
Our
is
stuff
good.
together.
Yeah, we actually do trades with each other every 2 weeks. And so finding those people that love you, support you, are on your journey, that get you, and then working with someone truly like Kristi, who really understands. I'm a deep person. Kristi's a deep person. We've done a lot of internal work. We get that, like, these wounds that are surface, they're not surface, they go deep, right? And sometimes to places we don't even want to look at. But having someone sit with you kind of in those harder times and just like hold space for you, I think has been so helpful.
Yeah, I agree. And 12 years ago, after my mother passed, I made a commitment to myself that I was going to heal no matter what it looked like. Mm-hmm. And that means body, mind, and spirit. So, Diane, what I would suggest to you is make a commitment to yourself to heal no matter what it looks like, and then persevere. And it will take the rest of your life. Mm-hmm. But every step, every day will be better and better. So,
and perspective is huge.
Yes.
Like I've tended throughout my life, I kind of have had this kind of natural ability, like, I'm gonna look at the positive out of this. And I think I decided very young in this life, I was never gonna be a victim to any circumstance, to anything. It's like, I'm gonna rise above, I'm gonna have a good positive perspective. And that's one of the things I see is when you have that, I can see that there was something here for me, even in the darkest, even in the ashes of life. I can overcome and I can become stronger. I think that light, right? That's like kind of what I go towards, is like whatever creates light for me. And so a lot of times that's perspective. I think mental health is such a huge thing in our world today. It's so important to really pay attention to that. And I think that's part of what we do in our sessions, is give a different perspective, right? Like, give this more like broader perspective to life. Instead of looking at the thing that's going on in that moment, let's like take a little step back, and is there going to be positive that can come out of it?
When you just said something profound, that you chose not to be a victim, because there are times in our life when we have 3 choices. Mm-hmm. And that is, I can be a victim, I can be a survivor, or I can be a thriver.
Thriver, girl.
Yeah, and most people go in victim or survivor mode, and it's like, yeah, no, I want to thrive. Yeah. And Diane, you can thrive too.
Yeah, we're all about thriving over here.
We are.
In our neck of the woods.
So thank you, Diane.
Thank you, Diane. Oh,
Fiona. Yay, I love your flowers and your plants. That's a connection to nature. Shelley, hello. Evening to all. Excellent. Kim, yay, thank you. Oh, and you shared, woohoo, thank you. Yay. So yes, if you like what you're hearing today, follow the channel, like everything. So Mel says, hello everyone, thank you.
We just love being here with you.
And Anne says, good evening, ladies.
So fun for us
to
be able to connect with some new people and to spread the word about what we're all about. So thank you for spending time with us.
Yes. And Pauline says, hey. All right. Are you feeling a spirit that wants to come through? Oh, wait, we got another question.
Okay.
Joanne. Okay. All right. Go ahead.
Okay, so we're going to kind of transition. We're both feeling some spirits that want to come through. So for those of you who may just be joining us or hadn't heard, we're both mediums. We do connect into loved ones, angels, spirit guides from the heavenly realms. And we both read, similarly, but there might be differences. Let's just talk a little bit about our gifts first, I think, and so people kind of understand us. And then I feel like we want to go to a few readings. So I do have different clairs. So if you're spiritually, heard of clairvoyance, clairaudience. So I actually connect into spirit. I feel them and I see them in the room. And so I look off sometimes when I do readings because I'm looking at them. Sometimes they hold things in the palm of their hands for me and I kind of have to interpret. I kind of joke that it's almost like a game of charades for me. So they're trying to give me a message and whatever it is that I'm seeing them holding. A lot of times it's my third eye where I connect. So I see a lot of pictures pop up. I also see almost like little movie screens playing or little visions. Sometimes that could be memories. Sometimes it could be something happening in someone's life today or even something upcoming for them. I also hear their voice from time to time, and I have clairsentience, so I feel what they feel. So I take all of those different ways of interpreting. I really call myself an interpreter. I do the best I can with all of my spiritual senses to take in what that loved one is trying to convey to me and put it into words. Sometimes it ain't so easy to put into words what they're showing me, but all that matters is it makes sense to the person that I'm reading. Sometimes spirits will come to me, and on these lives, we do our own lives as well on our own channel, and I will sense a spirit and describe that spirit. Other times I might be drawn to a person online that I'm feeling a spirit for. I'm actually feeling I have a gentleman here, but I'm going to have him hold on. I'm going to let you explain kind of your gifts, Kristi, and how they work.
It's very similar. I'm mostly clairvoyant, which means I see pictures in my head. And I always say the information I get is correct. It's whether I can translate the picture correctly. Because as Angie said, it's like playing charades.
Yeah.
For those of you that are familiar with that. So I just put out there the picture that I'm getting, and then we try to make sense of it from there.
And when we're on. Spirit just comes. So we kind of bounce around to each other. That's part of how we work together as well. Before we came on live today, we always meditate and do a meditation, and we both felt like there were spirits that were joining us that want to come through. The room feels very full, and so I get kind of like an anxious feeling. I have a gentleman over to my right. I feel like this is a father figure for somebody that would be listening. I feel like it would be a daughter that is listening, because that's what he's showing me. This father did pass in a very, I feel like, very tragic way, because I'm feeling like his passing was unresolved for the family. It feels like there was something around it that was difficult. It almost looks like it's like there's questions around his passing, because I keep seeing question marks in my head from him. And he looks to me in spirit like he's maybe about 40s, 50 cusp. So he is a younger man. I feel like he was very close to his daughter. His daughter, I feel like he's wanting me to give this message that she is, I feel like she's having a tough time in life right now, because it feels like she's trying to make decisions. And I feel like she really wants to make something, like I keep hearing the words like make something out of herself, meaning she wants to have a career. She wants to kind of not, I feel like their life was a little difficult for her, and she's trying to like take care of herself, do something better for herself. And I keep seeing a career, and it's like school. I keep hearing he wants her to go to school. So I'm going to stop for a second. I know we're new to the readings for many of you. If this resonates for you, in the comments, you can say this resonates for me. I will see who feels like it resonates, and I'll be drawn to somebody from that. Is how I'm doing this particular reading. Every reading's different. I do feel like there's something about his death being really unsolved right now. It doesn't feel like he's been gone that long to me. I just keep seeing 2. He's holding up 2 fingers. So I feel like that would be less than maybe even like 2 years that he would have passed away. His daughter feels like she feels kind of like alone in life right now. And I keep getting this big message that he wants to tell her she's not. You're not. He's watching over you. And I do feel like you're going to prosper, because I keep getting in my head like you're going to go get an education. Education's very important for him, for you. Kristi?
I'm also getting that there might not be satisfactory answers to his passing, that there's going to be some questions. Is it this? Is it that? And it's like, it's not important. The important part is that he did pass, and the important part is that he is coming through with absolute love and sometimes clarity. Okay, Patricia says that resonates for her. Okay, and sometimes you aren't going to get those answers until it becomes your turn to pass on why he did choose to leave.
Yeah. I do know that he is it's like I keep hearing the word complete when you were talking, Kristi. Like his journey on the earth plane felt complete for him on a soul level. So there's this kind of peace in knowing that he's not holding on to anything like in the earth plane, and you don't need to either, is what I keep getting. It's like this father really, really wants his daughter to, I keep saying like, go live. I get chills on that. Patricia, I am drawn to you with that. You're really in a place, Patricia, I'm going to go to you because I'm feeling it. You are in a place where you really need to build your confidence and to really believe in yourself. That's what I'm being shown from your father. It's like you really need to own who you are and be confident in who you are, and good things are going to come from that. I get this sense that you're really creative, and I keep seeing photography with you. So there's something with art, pictures, like tap into that side of life for yourself and let yourself explore. There's a little bit of hesitation is what I keep getting on your part of like, okay, can I do these things that are kind of a little bit more outside your comfort zone, but that would truly, I feel like, take you down more of that kind of like authentic path like we were talking about. Like you have this wisdom, you have this creativity, go do the things you want to do. I keep, your father keeps pointing out his forehead. So he's going like this right now. And for me, what he's trying to say is get out of your head. Get out of your head. Don't overthink. when you have a thought coming in, what I feel for you so strong is that is spirit guiding you. It's like a lot of times we'll ask for answers and we'll pray about something or we'll ask about something and we just want answers, we want clarity. And then spirit starts giving it to us and we don't like the answer and we don't listen. So I feel like he's just saying, just slow down a little bit and like listen, because he is talking to you. He's talking to you through your thoughts. He's talking to you when you have a problem and trying to sort it out. He's talking with you through your own solutions in your head is what I'm getting. I also am getting really strong for you, Patricia, that I keep hearing the word move. So I feel like what your dad is trying to show me with that is it's okay to move. It's okay to want to move. And I literally, Patricia, am getting move locations. Like I see a distance move. It doesn't feel like that's going to happen overnight. This does feel a little ways out, maybe within the next like year or so. You're really going to start feeling like you want to move. You want a new beginning. You want a new start. Your dad actually has a grandmother standing right next to him. So I feel like this would be your grandmother on your father's side. She just adores you from heaven. She thinks you're adorable. I feel like you have this great laugh about you, this sense of humor about you. And she really, both of them are saying, like giving you a green flag, like go for it. This is the prime of your life. And don't let the past, really kind of drag you down. Let it propel you to do wonderful things. And I feel that you will. Take a leap of faith. I just heard leap of faith, and that's with the move. There will be a move coming up that will be an opportunity. One of the things we always like to remind people, what comes through with readings, you have free will, you have choices. It's not that you have to do exactly what they say, and there's no other path for you. But when that opportunity comes up of a move, your dad says take that leap of faith.
Yeah, the last little bit that I want to add to that is that it feels like what her passions are, what she wants to do with her life is different from everybody else in the family. And that's what part of the hesitation there is, can I do this? Because there wasn't really a family mentor involved in all this. And then your dad saying, yeah, you chose this, go for it. This is when Angie said leap of faith, it's your act of courage.
Yeah, she said, oh, that's good though. And you say she is always with me when I'm cooking, your grandma. I love that.
Yeah.
She does love spending time with you. She thinks you're adorable. The adorable keeps coming up. But yeah, even what Kristi was saying, just, pave your own way.
Yeah, do it. Yeah. All right. Do you have anything else for Patricia?
I feel complete with that. Thank you, Patricia.
All right. I'm going to go next for a reading. And this lady came to me actually earlier today, and it was a woman who actually was still alive. And she came to me and she said she wants me to do a reading for her today because she had a daughter who took her own life. So can somebody connect with that, with someone who is listening today who had a daughter who took her own life? So we'd like to resonate with that because I feel like there is something surrounding this, and I don't even want to call it an out and out suicide. It could be, but it's someone who is taking responsibility for their own passing. But this does feel like a suicide to me. But the family wants to put different words on it, a different package around it, because there is something, I don't know if it's shame associated with the family, or we don't want people to know about this. And so they're kind of keeping things quiet. They're telling a different tale of what this really is. And so the daughter is coming through for me right now. And she said, this was simply a choice that I made to do this because I was in a great deal of pain. As you know, she's telling me that you knew this. So I want to interpret that there were some depression issues, a few mental health issues along the way with that. So if somebody can connect with that message, that would be great for someone who lost a daughter to suicide. And what I'm getting is there's hesitancy in someone claiming that right now, just for the exact reason that I just said. So if someone doesn't want to come forward and claim that, your daughter is coming through for you anyway, saying she is at peace, she is happy. She just told me I'm in paradise right now. So there doesn't need to be any worry, any judgment, any concern, any grief from the family that she left behind, because this was a choice for her. And because what I'm seeing is the mother wanting to reach for the comments section and just like, I can't do it. I don't know if it's me. I'm not sure. It's for you. It absolutely is for you. And your daughter says hello. She sends love to you from the other side. All right. You got.
So with that, what I was picking up on with the individual Kristi is bringing up, I think she's here. What I'm getting from her is that there was like societal pressures, or there was something with
cultural.
That's the right word. Yes. Pressures is what I keep getting, and it was almost like the girls or women had to be like in this box, and it felt like almost this sense of not having empowerment. And it feels to me like there were things going on within this girl's past, is what I'm getting, that was hard for her to kind of cope with. I just keep getting something around like a mental health crisis for her. And it feels like there's like this, the feeling that I'm getting in my heart is just like this peace, this very much of a healing feeling from her, that I feel like she was a very wise soul. Like I feel like she was older than her years. She was young when she passed, but I feel like she always had this way of helping others or saying exactly what needed to be said. And I feel like her passing was very much a shock.
Yeah.
Like very not typical, wouldn't have thought this would happen. Even culturally is also what I'm getting.
I'm actually feeling like she was probably gay and didn't know how to tell people, didn't know how to come out with that information. And it was very much culturally boxing in for her. So just please know that she is sending love and light from the other side.
And is this Sue Jones? Are you trying to say me, like that you resonate with this reading and that this feels like it's you?
So all we see is me XX. So Sue, if you could expound on that. Yes, it was. Okay, Sue, thank you so much for having the courage to comment, because your daughter is coming through and just letting you know how much she loves you, how much her daughter, Wendy. My daughter passed last year, not suicide. She suffered with mental illness that led her to drink. Wendy, I don't think this is for you. I think it is for Sue. And a lot of times we have what we call piggyback messages, and that people will come through with a message that really is meant for more than one person. So I do think on a layer it was meant for both of you, but Sue, I specifically think it was for you. So please know that your daughter is alive on the other side, alive and well. And she's not experiencing the pain that she felt here on the earthly plane.
I keep seeing butterflies from her for you, Sue. I just keep seeing a lot of yellow butterflies, and I keep seeing coming to you in your dreams, and I feel like she has tried to do that, and I feel like you've had glimpses of her in dreams. That is her meeting you kind of in this in-between place to connect to you. I get this sense like she just really wants me to tell you, it's like on my heart to tell you you're a good mother. She really wants you to know you were a good mom to her.
Yeah, so let go of anything that you might be carrying associated with her passing, because it was her choice.
And then I actually want to go to the other mother, if that's okay, because I'm feeling a spirit of a daughter here that wants to come through for her. So if you could go to that screen. Yes, Wendy. Okay, thank you. So Wendy, I want to go to you, Wendy. I'm feeling over to my right. I feel a very beautiful energy of this beautiful girl, and I feel like this is for you. She's not alone. I keep hearing that she's not alone. I feel like she has a grandfather with her, a grandfather figure with her, and I keep getting that I'm supposed to tell you, and it almost makes me feel like I want to cry. She was met with such beautiful light, and I literally see this beautiful, it's a stream of light. Sometimes I see a ball of light when people cross. With her, it's like a stream of light on her, and just like her lifting up out of her body and going home. I see angels there, so I'm seeing angels in the background, and I'm seeing them as shadows, but I see wings. So I'm supposed to tell you that the angels came for her. I do see this beautiful, these colors in my head, flashing in my head. So I feel like your daughter tended to be a little bit on the, I feel like she knew who she was. I want to say almost unique, or a little bit maybe even just outside the norm, outside the box, is what I keep getting. So Wendy, you said, my dad is taking care of her, so that's the grandfather. So I just keep seeing this beautiful imagery of all these flowers around her, and I feel like she sends you yellow. So I keep saying yellow sunflowers is her sign that she's with you. I keep hearing that song, like, "You Are My Sunshine," and maybe you sang that to her when she was little, or you looked at her as your sunshine. I keep hearing her saying, like, "Mom, I'll be by your side." And I feel like what she's trying to tell me is, you talk to her all the time. And I feel like um, you do go back and you do wish that could have been changed, or what could I have done? You could have done nothing, is what I keep getting. This was not about this was things that she was carrying inside of her, is what I'm getting. And I do feel this sense of, you kind of know, like, you can call on your loved ones. You do that. You're very into, like, asking for help, asking for guidance. Keep doing that. She does like to be, I see her on your right side and kind of like in a, I don't see, like, you driving and her in the passenger seat. She does send you music as well. I feel like there's songs that are important because she's kind of singing right now, and she's even almost like moving or dancing a little bit. So I feel like she liked music, she liked to dance, all of that.
I'd like to add to that. I think, Wendy, you mentioned earlier that she started drinking. What I'm getting associated with that is what we were talking about at the top of the show, is that she actually is very psychic. She had a lot of empathy. She just didn't know what it was. And she was picking up everybody else's energy. She didn't know how to process it. So when she would drink, it would calm things down for her. And then she'd wake up the next morning with all this emotion and wondering what was wrong with her. And what she just didn't know is to have the skill set to shut off everybody else's energy. That's what I'm getting, because she did not like to be in crowds. She would try it and just, it would freak her out. So I think that's the reason that she drank, is just to kind of numb some of the messages and the energy she was getting from other people. And she just didn't know what it was. She didn't know how to control it.
It's really beautiful. She has, like, long hair right now, and I'm supposed to tell you I have long hair again, Mom. I'm supposed to tell you that, so I'm going to tell you that. Looks long and kind of like to me. She's really,
yeah. So she's happy now and at peace, flying high. Absolutely, she is. Wendy, yeah, and now she understands why. On this, thank you, Wendy. What I'd like to do, Richard, is go back to a comment before we started doing readings, because I think this is a nice segue, where someone asked about when they passed over, do they have to go to, I don't know if it was a school or something like that, if you can find that comment. And so I want to, yeah, when we pass over, that's it. Do we go to a healing sanctuary before settling into our spiritual life? I love that question, and it's a good segue for people who, especially for people who take some responsibility for their own passing, or people who are vibrating at kind of a low level, and those would be the people that we consider, maybe not the nicest people in the world, that do things that we consider not of love and light. And it is my understanding that I don't necessarily call it a healing sanctuary, but I think you can call it whatever you want to, but it's a life review is the first thing that we do. And that life review, people used to call it Judgment Day, and that really isn't it. It's judgment, but it's of ourselves. And so we are shown through our Council of Elders, basically all the things that we said, the things that we did, and we have to experience the emotion of how the other person felt when we said or did those things. And we realize the impact that our thoughts and our actions have on other people. And when I say I understand that, it's because I've been there. I was taken one time to the other side, and it wasn't a near-death experience or anything like that. It was just one night when I was sleeping, and they put me in this kind of a booth, and they started showing me the things I thought, the things I said, the things I did, and the impact it had on others. And I was horrified. It's just like, oh my God, I'm failing at life. And they said, well, wait a minute, we just showed you the negative things. Now let's show you the positive things. And they showed me that. I'm like, oh my God, I'm not a complete failure. So I think Judgment Day, which is basically your life review of the impact you had on others, comes first. If you died a particularly long, hurtful, hard death, or if there was a murder involved that maybe wasn't the way you chose to exit, then I think there is what you call a healing sanctuary, and that is for the soul to really understand what exactly did happen and why it happened. So I think I like healing sanctuary. I've never heard that term before, but absolutely, because even when we're on the other side, we talked about, or the reason that we reincarnate is for our souls to evolve. Well, they can evolve on the other side too. We start doing that when we start to heal, when we start to recognize the repercussions on others of the things that we said and did. So hopefully that answers your question. Do you have anything to add to that?
Yeah, kind of my take on that. I've really seen different scenarios where I feel like someone passes over and it's like, yes, I believe we do look over our life and that kind of thing. I have seen times where a soul went through a lot and maybe had a really hard life path, or kind of their life might have ended in this kind of like harder way. I do feel like there's times where I've seen like angels with souls working on their healing, working on, I always kind of joke, we either are going to do our healing work here or we're going to do it there, right? So it's going to happen in one of those two places. But to me, it's not, it's more of a, like you said, looking back through your life and what are the things that maybe weren't learned that you were hoping to learn. So I believe in soul contracts, and that we come here to learn different lessons, and we come here to interact with soul family, different souls even on our path that are going to teach us a lesson. We're going to teach them a lesson. And so I look at kind of the review as, okay, I passed the test in this 3 areas, and this one, still have some work to do. And I see more healing as, let's continue to work on that as, we're here and crossed over. So it feels very loving. I think some people think, is it a judgment and all that? It's really not. It's just about, where are we? And what did we like cross off our list? What are some things we still got to work on? And that, my friends, is why I feel like we come back down a lot to reincarnate. It's not because, we've got it all figured out. It's like, I'm going to stay here with a little bit in my peace and my harmony in this heavenly realm, and then I'll go back down there and I'll do what I got to do. I don't think we come here for physical work. I think we come here for soul work.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with that. I am writing my 4th book right now, and I'm channeling this spirit called Ramadir. And what he's doing is taking very esoteric things and putting it into words that everyday people can understand. And so one thing that he's telling me right now to pass on to you guys is that when we come down for life, is that it's very much like the childhood birthday party game of pin the tail on the donkey. So if you go to a birthday party and someone hands you a little tail and says, go pin the tail on the donkey, you're like, okay, and you do it and you're done. It's like, what fun is that? So the way the game should be played is that the child is blindfolded and they're spun around, and how do they reach their goal? They listen to the other party goers. You're hot, you're warm, you're cold, oh, now you're hot again. And that's exactly what life is. We come into human form and we are blindfolded. We forget who we are in spirit. We are spun around with, what lessons am I supposed to learn? Why am I here? How we achieve that is we listen to our spirit guides. We listen to our deceased loved ones. We listen to our angels, and they will tell us when we're hot, we're warm, you're kind of cold.
And I think there's always like one key element is we focus on ourselves. I always joke, I'm staying in my lane. I'm just like, I'm focused on me. And I think that's would make the world just a little bit of an easier, better place. I think a lot of times when we get caught up in pointing fingers and doing all of that,
blaming,
we got to come back to ourselves, come back to a place of love. And what I truly live by in that realm is just be kind. Kindness to me and love is at the center of everything that I believe in, and everything that's good in life.
Well, and every time I finish a project, I will sit down with my guides and I'll just say, thank you for giving me the strength and courage to do that. What's the next thing I need to do to take my gifts to the next level? They will work with you, because everybody has spirit guides. Everybody's got angels. Everybody's got deceased loved ones on the other side. Talk to them. Ask them, what's the next thing I need to do? They will communicate with you, and it could be clairvoyantly, clairsentiently, like it works with us, or it could be a sign on a billboard. It could be on a license plate. It could be overhearing a conversation. That's how you connect with your guides. You trust that they're there and just start talking. And you don't have to know their names. It's great if you do, but you can just say, hey team, hey guides, hey angels, here's what I'm looking for. Am I on the right path for me? And what's the best way for me to get there?
Love that. Keep it simple. I do have one more reading. So I have one more person that's been standing over to my right and really wants to come through.
Sue. Sue, is the girl still here? No, she's
sorry, I'm not feeling that. Sue.
Yeah, I think
like
she's walked away. So
I'm feeling someone new now. Sorry, Sue. Thank you for asking. I'm feeling like I have one more person that wants to come through, so I would be remiss if I didn't let them. So I have a gentleman that's standing over here. He's in his 20s. He would have passed suddenly. It feels to me like this would have been an overdose that he would have passed of. I'm seeing drug related, some type of an alcohol drug addiction. He feels so his spirit is very fun, lighthearted. He's wearing jeans, t-shirts. I see him. Tattoos, Kristi saying. I'm seeing like more of a lighter brownish colored hair. Huge smile on his face. I feel like he was a very fun, lighthearted spirit. I keep feeling like this would be related to someone who's on that would be like more of like a brother type figure is what I'm feeling. I keep hearing brotherly in my head. So I feel like he would have struggled up and down with like kind of trying different things out. Experimental is what I keep getting. I feel like he did get somewhat addicted though towards the end of his life. I'm seeing him younger now all of a sudden, so maybe a teenager, 15, 16, 17 years old. I don't feel like he had been involved with any of that until he got a little bit older. And there's this sense of looking back, and if he would have known that it was going to lead to that, maybe he would have made different choices. But he also was very like, I learned what I needed to learn. Very almost a little bit kind of nonchalant as far as he knows life goes on. So there's never an end to this whole thing that we're doing, right? I feel like there needs to be closure though for the family, because I do feel like there's a, it feels like families that's just been really struggling with his passing, wishing that maybe he would have, okay, Fiona.
His 20s sounds like her twin.
He looks to me like he's in his 20s. When spirit comes, it doesn't mean that that's always when they passed away, but I'm seeing him as in his 20s right now, like in heaven. That's what he's showing me. I did feel like it was a sister that was going to be on, so I'm going to keep going with him, okay? And I'll let you know when I get that hit of yes. I feel like he had this like spunky personality. It feels to me like he was a jokester, kind of ornery. I feel like that he's been gone for a while is what I'm feeling. So this feels to me like he has been gone for a period of time. So to me, it almost feels like 15, even 20 years, like it's been a while. He feels like from the other side, he's just been like staying close to the family and kind of opening doors, you know, for opportunities for people. I see lots of flickering lights. I'm seeing him wanting to connect. So his energy is so playful. It was in life as well. It almost just feels like he was young and he just got involved with things that he probably shouldn't have gotten involved with. But almost feels like it was just an opportunity to try stuff out, and he was just like experimenting. But I feel like he overdosed, and it feels accidental to me.
It feels like he had a heart of gold, and that he was just really a lovely human being, but he kind of got down a wrong path, and some less than pleasant personality traits came out with his experimenting. But deep down, he was really a tender, loving soul. It just, that kind of got hidden and got a little jaded as time went by.
And I feel like he feels distant from his earthly time. I mean, it just feels like it's been a while. So it's like, oh, I'm kind of happy I'm not there anymore. Like, that's one of the messages I feel like he's giving, is that sometimes we hold on and we attach to this human experience and to human things, but there's no need to. Like, we're always good. He's in a good place.
Does that connect to Fiona or Kim for you?
I'm feeling more Kim.
Okay.
Is what I'm feeling. Okay. Yeah, I'm feeling Kim with this one. And so I feel like there's just this message to the family of like wanting to give love. He is good. I feel like this, I keep hearing from him like never forgotten. So it feels like there's things that family has done that over the years of like leaving things for him, maybe at a gravesite or doing things in his memory. I feel like he really likes that. And he's just kind of done talking. He's just kind of done right. I don't feel, he just kind of steps back. So
yeah, it's like he just wanted to pop in and pop
that's
out.
What I'm feeling.
All right. I think we're probably at our time, so we'll just finish up here really quickly. So thank you, Kim.
Thank you.
We appreciate that. So before we sign off, I am Kristi Peterson, and you can reach me on my website at kristipeterson.com, on YouTube or Facebook, Kristi Peterson at Psychic Medium. You can get any of my books, on Amazon, Barnes and Noble, or on my website if you want to book a private session.
Thank you, Kristi. My name is Angie Montgomery again, and I can be reached for a session at angiemontgomery.com. You can email me to schedule, or you can find my personal Facebook page, Angie Montgomery, and message me through Facebook Messenger as well. My book is called Faith Walk, One Woman's Journey to Finding Yourself. And we want to thank you so much for having us. Thank you for Richard for putting this together. Thank you for everyone that joined us today. It's a pleasure to connect with you. And just want to thank you from our hearts.
And together we are leather
and lace.
We have so much fun. Thank you all so much. Blessings and love and light to all of you.
Thank you.